Hello, welcome to the second episode of the BROCKRAND podcast. Here with me, my co-host today is Mr. Nobody. Say hello. There he is. And today we have a very special guest. Some of you may know him. You can also say hello. Yes, you heard him. That is that's Bushido. That's our good friend Bushido.
The guy who makes add-ons.
Yes, he makes a lot of add-ons. Yes, many.
You have an add-on? I made it. Guaranteed.
Of course.
Even though it's not.
Even if you didn't make it, he made it. For sure.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it could be the Illuminati or it could just be me working in a factory all day.
Well, that's just how it goes. That's how it works now. Okay.
Not before, but now.
All right. So we have a few questions set up for you today. If you would answer those, that'd be just peachy. So.
We're going into it, huh? Okay. Go.
All right, Mr. Nobody, if you would like to take away the first question.
Okay, I would like to ask you, how did you get started in the modding community?
Oh, okay. Okay, so here's how this happened, right? So, way back when, I don't know when the fuck, like, before middle school? I was like 12. So I come onto Blokland, come into a Pokemon RP, find that it's stupid.
Do you remember what year that was?
I have no fucking idea. I know that's where I met Aloshi, and then we ended up. Long story short, there was this thing, and this is so long ago I can freely admit it without being lauded as fraud. There was this add-on that pre-existed by Tape Master, who is a guy none of you have heard of probably.
I think I've heard of him. I mean, didn't
he doesn't sound familiar.
Color set way back in the day?
Yeah, I think he made a color set. I think it was him.
The most popular one before the other one.
For Trueno. Yeah.
I joined in version 15, so I have no idea.
This was like V7.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's around when I first...
V6 point a bunch of numbers.
Okay.
So, Tape has this... Do you hear that fucking airplane in the background? Whatever.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
If I suddenly cut out, it's because a plane has hit my house. Anyway.
It's cool.
So the very first add-on I made was a Pokeball, which was a model straight up hijacked from fucking Tape, where he made a basketball, and I was like, that's a ball. That's a vaguely ball-like object, so I make this Pokeball for this Pokemon RP. And I get some other coder, Aloshi, previously mentioned, to actually make the damn thing, and ended up making this custom-designed add-on. It's really just a texture over a smooth-shaded fucking MS3D ball. And slapped that onto this Pokemon RP server, and like, bam, that's how I got started. That's the very first add-on I ever made was, I just want to make this server work better than it is. And it ended up being... It didn't actually improve.
Pokemon servers usually don't. Yeah.
I guess we all have humble beginnings.
So
my humble beginnings involved overt theft.
Pretty much.
Was that the one where if you catch a person, they get transported really far away? Because I used to love catching people.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
I love. Oh my goodness, I'd love using to like catch people and then leaving so that they'd be stuck in limbo forever unless they rejoin.
Right, like you can't even suicide out of it.
Of course,
you're still there.
Yes.
It was like you're under the map or something. It was weird.
Yeah, you were just forever under the fucking map. Like you were just like miles below slate, and then you fell. So you would eventually end up in blue hell.
I remember, that reminds me of the ice castle default build. That,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't have its good effect anymore since the update V21. But the bridge that actually got to the actual thing would if you walked off of it, then you would just fall off into oblivion.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So I was trying to figure out like what actual thing you're talking about.
Fixed.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The slate limit. True. I don't think does. Well, people have gone to the far land, so obviously not.
There's not really a slate limit anymore, because what it used to be was slate was actually just one big, like a really, really fucking big, like, building.
Box.
Yeah.
It was just a big bounding box, right? But then it couldn't go infinitely because it was, like, rendered in MS3D, so what happened...
You just fall forever and die.
Yeah.
It's just an FX plane now.
Yeah, it's just a big FX plane now. You can't... It's... In order to get below it, you have to cheat.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I've become like a really tiny player through events and fallen through it a few times, but
I would consider that cheating.
The worst part is you can't go back up after you fall them through. You try to hit the top and you're just like, oh, I can't go through now.
Exactly. I've tried to do that a few times and it just kind of, bums me out.
It stops you, yeah.
Yeah, of course. All right. Do we want to continue with the next question?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. So, I remember when you came out with your weapon pack, the Quake-like weapons. What was it that sparked you making that weapon pack? Because I absolutely adore it, and I've used it for many servers of mine. So, what was your inspiration there?
Quake.
I mean, what do you remember?
Exactly.
What? Okay. Well, that wasn't exactly what I meant.
I have an answer for you.
Okay.
So, Quake, as a whole, it's one of those things where I really enjoy it, and I think it's like a wonderful, this is the single turning point in PC gaming history, and I love that I can emulate it in Blokland, where I can emulate anything. But what caused me to make Quake type weapons was two things. One, I hated tier tactical. Not tier tactical specifically. I like tier tactical like anybody likes like a parent likes its child. Like even if it eventually ends up going into this horrible shut-in loser, you still kind of you still got your affinity for it, right?
My affiliation.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. And now that I've made Quake type weapons, I can go back to tier tactical and see the things that I made, the design decisions, and I'm like, oh, no, you know what? I know how I would fix that nowadays if I were to redo tier tactical, which I won't. But simultaneously, I enjoy it for what it is now that I've made the opposing pack. Anyway, the second reason was, so right around the time Quake type weapons came out, I had gotten really, really, really deep into fucking giant robot anime, mecha. So I just happened to stumble across I was doing some I guess the term would be industry research. I was looking for some inspiration for a bunch of pixel art I was working on for a client, and fucking wander across Super Robot Wars, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Super robots? Why are they in a war? And
it's a funny way of thinking about it.
That's essentially what it is, right? Why? What would incite a war between all these seemingly inanimate objects? And then I look into it, it's just this non-stop fucking spectacle. Here's Gundam, here's Getter, here's Mazinger. Here's a bunch of guys. You don't know them. You know Gurren Lagann? That's the one guy. You got one guy out of 20, and now they're all in a big cartoon fucking dust, like a Popeye dust fight cloud. You know what I'm talking about? Where a bunch of characters all jump into each other, and you just see them all disappear behind a smoke screen.
That brings back memories.
Animate a fight scene, yes.
Yeah, that, and then a bunch of people's arms pop out, and
yes,
and you see one guy's head pop out, and then you see a guy's foot, and then you the foot just blows him almost out of the smoke screen, and then for the very last frame, you see that it's actually the guy's foot. He managed to kick himself somehow. That kind of thing.
Yeah, those are really fun. Kind of reminds me of the I don't know if this was the 70s, the wacky races. You remember that?
Yeah, 70s, but fuck, I don't know. You know what?
I love that one. I mean, I'm not from the 70s.
Needs to exist on Blokland, but not in the way it already exists. Death races, right?
Of course.
Okay, that's not wacky enough.
It isn't.
That's insufficiently wacky. I'm talking a bunch of guys roll out of the fucking garage in jeeps, and one guy's got a sniper rifle, one guy's got a machine gun, one guy's got a battle rifle. You know the works, right?
Yes.
And then the last guy in his troop has a chicken gun. So you see this barrage of lasers and shit flying out from this vehicle, and one of them hits bounces off a couple mountains, causes a rock slide. The rock slide takes out one of his opponents, and then you see the beam rebound across the environment. Eventually hits the jeep that it started at, and now all 4 players on the jeep are now riding a giant chicken.
Incredible.
That kind of thing.
If that could be
I love that.
To see that, that'd be great.
I love that.
And then that happens nonstop throughout the race. So you're just it just keeps getting worse, and eventually the entire race is just chickens.
Okay.
So what's the point of this conversation? Okay. So I got into Mecha, and then I got into a big encyclopedia of shit that Mecha does that nobody else does, and I was like, shit, these are cool. Fuck, what the fuck is a rocket punch? I want to make a rocket punch. I want to make a punch made of rockets.
Oh, that's
so
sweet.
I did.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, I love that weapon, to be honest. Like, it's my favorite one in the pack.
Exactly. Who hates the rocket punch? Is the answer nobody?
Well, actually, Mr. Nobody.
Hey.
Well, when you removed, what was it? The really, yes, Infinity Big. Yeah. What happened with that? Like, why did you remove that one?
It's because it's too much.
Did you ever use it? Holy shit.
Dude, have you ever played There's No Time to Explain?
No. I've heard of it, though.
Oh, well, one, you've missed out on the inspiration for that gun. Two, it's just a big dumb death laser!
It's so powerful, it shoots you back like a rocket.
It's non-stop. It's like, okay, imagine the ion cannon. Imagine if the ion cannon never let up. It's like this big, fat beam. And it just fucking pushes you all over the goddamn map. It's too much to use in a deathmatch. Like, so most of the Quake type weapons have recoil, and you're like, oh, you're supposed to use the recoil to move around really fast, so you can move faster and dodge all the bullets.
Yeah.
And like sniper rifles got that. Super shotguns got that. Shotgun got that.
Spam rifles.
Exactly. The twin spam rifles are like built around that. Like I
love flying with those. Yeah.
See, here's what I want to see. I want to see dudes dodging attacks by just seeing a rocket come toward them, go fuck this, fuck holy shit, and then just shoots the ground and jumps away.
That was the wonders about the Quake type pack, is that all the weapons and all the projectiles were so big and like visible that you could literally sidestep most of everything.
Yeah, so, there's no like, oh, I'm dead now.
It's not like, oh, I got a rate-casting bullet, now I'm dead. Oh darn, I didn't see that even happen.
Exactly,
like,
and like there's like a handful of guns that do that, and you're like, you know what? I should have dodged, but I know now why I did not.
Yeah, it's a lot more versatile that way.
Getting that one raycast weapon, like the sniper rifle, it's like, yes, I have the sniper rifle. Now I can actually start popping heads off. It's, yeah.
Okay. And then you get shot because you're stupid and you're trying to snipe from 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Or that's my experience all the time.
Okay, so, well, on the topic of add-ons, our next question, what is your...
You can answer the first question.
Not really.
This started about talking about Super Robot Wars.
Wait, oh, okay, well, continue if you need to, that's fine.
Shit, I forgot I was talking about. You know, just go, I forgot.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about Bungle.
On the topic of add-ons, so what is your favorite add-on on Blokland of all time?
Well, okay. Are you asking? No, you know what? Because my favorite add-on isn't something of mine, but there's something that I really enjoy, but I can't say what it is at the top of my head because like it's been like a long time since it's come out, and like, what do you want? Like a lot of add-ons come and go.
They do. It's true.
Shit. What is my favorite add-on? Shit, this is a really good question because I've never really thought about it. I know my least favorite add-ons.
Which is?
Okay, so this is gonna, okay, so one, anything with hands.
Of course, yes.
Battlefield pack that had hands.
Good lord.
Oh my god.
Good god.
But like, I don't hate boxing gloves, even though they are technically just big hands.
I like those.
Well, they're stylized in a way that makes sense, you know. If you have hands to, fake an animation, fuck you. Just fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, like you could just animate a fucking player type. Like State Trooper's done a good job. Even if I do, I know my least favorite add-on.
Oh boy.
Okay, like it's not. Like you would think, based off of my many misadventures in the fucking 3D model topic, that it's something like made by Takato or something. Like I don't like how his art aesthetic is or something, or like it's something that's like I said, the Battlefield pack, where it's just not supposed to be in Blokland. But no, fuck you. It's Midway Sentinels pack.
Oh.
I could go on for hours on why his pack is the worst fucking thing in the world.
I tried it once. It didn't go well.
It's not even like the add-ons themselves are bad. I mean, they are. They are trash garbage. But like, whenever you pop into that fucking like add-ons topic, you see him like swinging his dick around like, you can't stop me from making these terrible add-ons.
His self-promotion is so fucking high. If it was a chart from 1 to 10, it'd be a 12.
Yeah, and the thing about his logo, it's basically an industrial grade furry butt plug.
Oh my
It's
god.
the weirdest of the butt plugs.
Yes.
Like it's
Wonder if
it's
it, like,
one of
dude-
those butt plugs where the butt plug itself is furry and not just like the thing coming off of it.
Of course.
Oh,
That was a really disturbing image, and I'm not sure where that punchline was going.
I just thought of like how the hell would you clean that after use and
Yeah,
no.
it's just full of poo.
Oh, no, stop. No more.
Eventually,
All right, let's.
the first 2 uses, no, I want to get all the mileage I can out of this. The first 2 uses is like, oh, this is just a really weird ass butt plug. Third use, it's poop. It's just a big log.
Basically, in summary, fuck Midway Sentinel and everything he does.
Everything he does, like nonstop. Like,
Pretty much.
God, now I'm pissed thinking about it, because okay, so I remember the fucking, like a fucking adventure that a bunch of guys had the first time that came out. Everybody's like, no, what the fuck? Stop. Why are you putting these add-ons in the Blokland? We don't need them. Nobody's asking for them. You don't even seem to like them that much, besides that you're getting a reaction out of everybody else who doesn't like them, right? And this continues for like, I don't know how long that fucking add-on's been around. It's like 200
It's still
pages.
being bumped. That topic is still being bumped, and it's somewhere on the first to second page. Right?
Still
Wait, remind me what it is again?
like Midway Sentinels.
Midway. Okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Full-Pine
Jeez.
Vitality or something. I
Yeah.
can't believe that fucking name. I just reminded myself of it. That sounds like something like somebody like, okay, so Vulpine, right? There's a bunch of shit that comes out of the furry community, and that's like cliche of the furry community. Like,
Yeah.
the community's got its own tropes, right? Like Blokland has its tropes where like everybody names the shit Blocko, blank, Blocko. Like every snow clone involves the term Blocko. Like there's Blocko Strike, there's Blockopolis, there's I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Dash. I don't know.
Yeah. And like sometimes it makes sense. Like Blockhead Bash, it's supposed to be Mario Party. What's up?
I made that.
Of
name.
course.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
Yes.
That's good.
I like
would have
that.
preferred Party Land. I would have preferred Party Land. That sounds.
That does sound like a good one.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's just stupid enough to be interesting, right?
Yeah.
But like the furry community's got its own set of like way too overused tropes, and that's describing shit by its like scientific name, despite it being a fantasy. It's like it's not a fox, it's a fucking Vulpinium. I don't know.
Do either of you remember when that one guy wanted to make a bunch of like hat and tail models for like the hat mod that was out at the time?
Good Christ. I don't remember that at all, but it sounds horrible.
I'm like, you're not gonna fucking do it. You're not gonna do it. It's like, I'm gonna do it just because you said I wouldn't. And guess what?
Exactly. That's the entire thing behind Full by Vitality. That's all it
The
is.
best part is that he never did it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I
Like,
literally
I only
shit
saw
talked him
that-
down so hard he didn't even do it.
No. It's not that you talked him down. It's just that he eventually got bored and left. Like what happened was probably you were like, no, don't do it. Don't. It's too much effort. Why would you do this? Blokland, why would you? None of us have skin. None of us are organic, right? And then eventually it reached a point where he was like, fuck you, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna make all the furries. And then he sits down at Milkshake, starts looking at the tools, doesn't know what he's doing, gives up.
He posted pictures of stuff that he was trying to do, and it all looked absolutely atrocious.
Fuck you.
I'm sure it did.
And I don't know. I remember seeing pictures of like terrible triangulation and just kind of like awkward tails coming out of nowhere, and people just started ripping on it. And I think he locked the topic and took the pictures down or something. But Jesus Christ, it was.
This is actually making me want like, okay, so for a long time I wanted some guy to make like just an add-on to the Quake type pack. Like the first time it happened with your tactical and frogs weapon, and I was like, oh wow, somebody added on to my.
Frog was awesome.
I like Warhammer
Fucking
40k.
awesome.
I like the Warhammer 40k pack. I like that one.
Yeah, and the first time it happened, like I was kind of too high on my horse, right? So I didn't really grasp that somebody had just made a mod for my own mod, and then like I just kind of started like I barely registered that it happened. So
Yeah.
now that I know it can happen, I want somebody to take the shit I made with Quake and then just take and fucking go. I don't care where you go. Like,
Ooh, can I ask a question real quick?
shoot, what do you want?
So,
What do you got?
when you hosted the King of Ghosts game mode on your server,
Yeah.
now I gotta say that it is absolutely my favorite thing ever done on Blokland as to date. Now,
Yeah.
where is it? What's going on with that? I want to know more about that. Holy shit!
Same
Okay,
here.
so King of Ghosts was me going like, fuck, there's not enough PvE shit on Blokland. I want to swing my dick around, but not actually hurt, like Like, this is a philosophy that's pervaded even to the present day, where, like, you know, all the shit that was surrounding Rapper-Up's DM?
Yeah.
Where I was like, no, don't fucking say wrecked to people. Like especially, like, on the like, I understand the criticism of, like, no, Bushido, what are you doing? You don't soften the blow for all these people who are on the deathmatch server to come into conflict with other people. And I'm like, no, that's not the point of this. That's not the point of this at all. This is a dumb party server. It's like you're comparing Call of Duty to... Shit, that was a poor example. You're comparing Street Fighter to Smash Bros. Like Rapper-Up server is basically just super... it's super shoot 'em up Smash Bros.
Yeah.
And like the idea was not that I was trying to, like, mitigate how many feelings would possibly be hurt, as much as I was trying to keep people from insulting away players that I wanted to inevitably shoot, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to keep the amount of cannon fodder on the server high enough for me to consistently, like, if I were to point in any given direction with a gun and then suddenly just start opening fire, I would eventually kill a guy.
You'd hit something.
You would hit something. Hopefully multiple things, right?
Yeah.
What was I talking about? What was the point of this? Okay, so PvE, right? So PvE is the obvious answer to how do I make a violent, fucking ridiculous combat server without actually introducing any negative feedback, making it so that people leave, right?
There's no butt hurt when you kill a bot.
Like,
yeah.
What's a robot gonna do to be butthurt? Oh, you shot my robot butt.
Respawn and then try again, I guess.
Yeah. Like, robots aren't people. Like, there was an entire mod that was like, zombies are people too. No.
If you haven't seen the movie I, Robot, I'm assuming.
I haven't, which is weird considering the whole mecha thing. Anyway, so
True.
It's not the best movie. I don't think it's the best movie.
I kind of like that movie.
It's about iRobot. What are you on about? That's like saying Citizen Kane isn't a good movie. Like, even if it's not, it's still in the canon.
Oh, I liked Citizen Kane. I didn't like iRobot all that much.
All right, well, that's just your opinion then, I guess.
Fine,
yeah, it's just your opinion, man.
So
that's just like your opinion, man.
I know that port came out with a bootleg copy of.
No, that ain't bootleg. That's officially sanctioned. Like, okay,
really?
So King of Ghosts started as that. That was actually that was the original thing. So I come to port and I'm like, okay, yo, let's make a PvE fucking dungeon crawler. I want to make dungeons. I want to go through dungeons with guns and shoot the dungeon.
That's something else I want to see completed and actually polished up. Like,
yeah. But the issue that seems to be happening is that, one, port can't keep on a project. Two, usually what happens is that halfway into the project, all the people on the project suddenly decide they want different things. I entered that project like, let's make a fucking dungeon crawler with guns and ghosts that shoot at you with guns. And port's like, yeah, let's do that. And then he ends up enlisting another handful of people, and all the handful of people are like, nah, let's add stamina, let's add parts, let's add salvage, right?
Yeah.
This is example. This is not actually
the collaboration process.
The collaboration process, like, everybody ends up coming up with a bunch of different shit, and, like, you know what? Usually I'm okay with that, especially if I'm on a project that I don't really have a clear, like, goal for. Like, I don't really have... Like King of Ghosts, I had a clear goal. I wanted people to end up walking through this dungeon, shooting their guns at ghosts, and then they would come out of the dungeon and be all happy because they shot all the ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then, at some point, it either changed, or the vision was lost, or somebody got bored of making all these ghosts to shoot. And, like, I could understand that, because what? Like, Port's doing the boring job. He's got to do all the fucking banal, like, I give him the spec to design up to, like, here's how dungeons should work, here's how torches should work, here's how all these pits should generate underneath people so they inevitably fall in them to their deaths and get all mad, right?
Yeah.
But
what did you do most of then?
I did the design. Okay, so when I say design, I did all the like schematic shit. I did how enemies would react to you. I did how enemies would look. I did how enemies would emit, like, all the shit that goes into gameplay that isn't actually making the game work, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, and I also did all the art. So
sweet.
So all the models and all that, yeah.
All the models, all the sounds, that kind of thing. So I just had Port doing the shit like, here's how the dungeon actually generates itself. Here's how the characters spawn into the dungeon. Here's how traps are generated. Here's how bots are generated, right? It's just all the banal, here's the actual game building itself stuff. And That's boring. Like, I've done it before, and I'm no good at it, but even if I was good at it, I wouldn't enjoy doing it. So, I would understand why Port would eventually just get bored and try to move to another project. I think that's what... Was that before Survival or after Survival?
I think it was before.
That was before Survival. Yeah, so
Before,
eventually...
yeah.
Eventually Port got bored and he was like, you know what? Fuck you, I'm gonna make DayZ. And I was like, fuck, what? No, we're making Ghosts.
Yeah.
I want to shoot Ghosts.
Now, that's exactly how it went with the Halloween BROCKRAND bash that we did last year.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's exactly, yeah, that's what happened. Like, everybody just started like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. It peters out, so you gotta make... So a trick to all of you modders out there, a trick to maintaining this kind of, like, you gotta maintain your momentum, for one. And the best way to do this is to constantly be introducing a bunch of shit that you didn't... So, when most mods come around, they don't come up with a design doc. You don't have a bunch of things that you want the mod to do, right? So, here's how you keep a mod fresh enough for all parties involved to keep working. When you first start a mod, have, like, a basic list of the shit that you want to accomplish. I guess this could actually expand to any project. Have a list of shit you want to accomplish, and then suddenly start adding a bunch of shit personally. Don't like offload the shit to the other people on the project. Do a bunch of shit personally to continue freshening the mod. Like, if I were to say come up to Port and say let's start King of Ghosts again, right? From scratch, from the bottom. Let's just go.
I don't know how to respond to that even.
And give him a list of shit that I want him to do. And then, like, halfway into the fucking project, he sees a bunch of shit that he's got done. And he has a bunch of shit that he's got done. He presents it to me and it's like, okay, where do we go from here? And I suddenly show up with a bunch of new shit that I've come up with. Like, not just the assets for the stuff that he was working on, but a bunch of new shit that now he has to see how to integrate into the new game and see how it works. Right?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you have to make sure to keep injecting shit into the project that was completely unheard of by the other people in the project that they want to integrate as much as you want to see integrated. Instead of having a list of like a roadmap of shit you want to go. Like, if you were on a road trip and you know exactly where you end up, every stop you wanted to make was, instead of like just going down the road and eventually coming up on shit that you want to experience anyway. It's one of these adventures is less engaging than the other, you know?
It's like trying to play by a script rather than just doing your own thing and seeing what happens, right?
Yeah, just fucking go. Exactly. It's all you need to make a good mod is I don't care what's gonna happen. Let's just see what happens.
That's it. That's how I try to go into something.
Yeah. I think my greatest flaw when it comes to the modding community is I don't do that anymore. I have something that I want to build to spec, and I'm like, let's build this thing to spec. I want to make this thing. I want to make a game where you shoot ghosts. And everybody's like, but I want to make a game where you shoot robots. Fuck
Sweet.
you.
Make a robot ghost.
I want to. Have you fucking okay? So you played King of Ghosts, right? You played King Ghosts.
Yeah.
Why does nobody understand the fucking gag behind the air artillery bomb ghost? You know what I'm talking about?
That was one of my favorite enemies. I think I mentioned it to you on your server once that you should have made it so that when the fire hits him, he blows up instantly. And you said something about it not being.
I was like, that's not how bombs work. That's not balanced. Two, that's
how
dumb.
cartoon bombs work, though. Whatever.
You're right. In retrospect, you're totally right, but still simultaneously, okay. This is what would happen if I allowed that to happen. Somebody would fire a flamethrower into a crowd of ghosts, and then half the ghosts would just suddenly explode.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It would be a perk for the fire, because you got the randomizer going. You had 3 random weapons. It would have been a perk for the people that got the fire weapons because they weren't that great.
No, fire weapons are pretty competent. Fire weapons, like if you get a flamethrower, you can just. The intended use for the fire weapons was you would have a shotgun or a sniper rifle or a rock, like something with knockback, right? Yeah. So you would shotgun until the enemy gets close enough for you to open fire with your fire weapons. Yeah. Like just strafe over the crowd of enemies with a flamethrower or your fireball rifle or your burn mortar, and then shotgun jump the fuck away. And just let everybody catch fire and then continue opening fire with the shotgun. Like, they're not supposed to be used as your
You mean like the heat cannon, right?
The heater cannon. Fucking yes. Everybody loves the heater cannon.
I love that one.
Get a good loadout, though. I was never lucky enough.
See, a good loadout in my mind is sniper rifle or rocket launcher, and then whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Sniper rifle, I need that. That's my favorite gun, only because I love headshots.
Yes.
Sniper rifle. Everything about the sniper rifle was. I don't like how headshots are not crunchy enough. So how do I make headshots even more ludicrously crunchy, right? So I ended up making sniper rifle. Like, okay, so have you played, what is it, martial law?
Doesn't sound familiar. No.
It's okay. Brian Smith's server. It's like
Oh,
port
martial
survival.
law. Okay, now I know what you mean.
Yeah, martial law. You know how the sniper rifle like fucking knocks you backward whenever you get shot?
Yeah.
That's the latest development in that I want to make headshots even more fucking fun to do, and I eventually ended up. It eventually ended up as this fucking nonsense. Shooting the sniper rifle makes you fly backward, makes the guy who you shot fly backward, makes everybody between you and that guy fly backward. And
Incredible.
It's eventually reached. Who cares? Let's just do it. I don't care how realistic this is. Let's
Mini
just
nuke.
make cartoon bullshit nonsense. It's a mini nuke. Mini nuke. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so addendum. Remember how I was talking about how I want somebody to make Quake type weapons, but their own spin on it?
Yes.
I want somebody to take Quake type weapons and turn them into Ratchet and Clank weapons.
Oh man.
That will be the mecca of Blokland development. I don't know where it'll go from there, but okay, not the mecca, the singularity. I don't know where we go from there, but
Ratchet and Clank.
We got there, we've made it.
That game was my childhood. Like it was the entire childhood. You know.
Exactly.
I love that. Yes.
Like my fondest memories of me being a little Bushido Junior was fucking what was it? Not the Rift Inducer from the third game. It's the first big shotgun, the shot cannon.
Oh yes.
Whatever it was called, the big dumb shotgun that fired. It had a pump action, right? Like a legit ass like manual. Like physical pump action, but then for some reason it fires fucking like laser sparks all over the goddamn place. Concussion gun.
Yeah, I think that was it.
That was it, yeah? What the fuck were we talking about? I got distracted by all the Ratchets and Clanks.
Well, actually, we should probably move on to the next question now. If that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, who cares?
Okay.
We didn't even answer the question. We just started talking about Ratchet and Clank.
We were on that one for a little while. All right. So the question number 4. Oh boy. So this may be kind of funny to answer, but what is your general opinion on Blokland's community?
Yeah.
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 Just the whole thing. The forums.
Here's the most basic. I don't like the actual gameplay community, and I think the add-ons community is actually pretty bad as of right now. Because so the Steam sale did a lot for Blokland's like longevity, but I don't think it's really done anything to bring in like people. Like it's.
I agree.
A bunch of people who just don't care. They don't care about people.
I agree. Yes.
Not to make things.
Yeah, it's brought in a bunch of like consumers to the Blokland community. It's brought in a bunch of guys who throw $5 at a game and are like, okay, what does this game have for me? And these guys are all like 12 or like 14, and they're usually not people with any level of taste, right? They haven't really developed that.
Excuse me.
I want a Five Nights at Freddy's mod. Give me a Five Nights at Freddy's mod.
I want Five Nights at Freddy's crossed over with Battlefield 3.
Did you say 14-year-olds have no sense of taste?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me.
Are you okay, Hodo? Do you need a moment?
I'm joking with you. But
I'm sitting here like, wait a minute.
oh shit, your microphone just completely fucked up.
Because I don't know how old he is. Nobody, how old are you?
I'm 14. Oh, hey, nobody.
Who, me? Oh, I'm
Okay,
22.
yeah. Wow, your mic is going fucking nuts.
I'm an old man.
This shit just fucked up. All right. Hopefully, I'm not gonna edit that out anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Just have somebody be a weird ass electric ghost in the background.
Yes.
Wait, do I sound like a weird electric ghost?
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
You sounded previously like the monster from Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, but now you're fine.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
Because I heard that coming from you, Bushido, but I didn't hear it. Well, whatever.
All right.
Wait, give me a second. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All right. That's a good time to pause and have a good transition music here. So we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you, guys. And we're back from that very short break. So,
It was gone like 5 seconds. Why'd you guys cut off the fucking feed?
So I can put in some transition music. I didn't get the chance to do that in the first episode.
Something just fell off my desk. I just had to reach it.
Sorry, that was me.
Okay.
Like I just swiped off a cup from my desk and like, okay, now for break. Anyway, I was talking about
technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. It's a fucking ceramic cup. Oh no! Our recording setup has broken into tiny little pieces all over the floor.
All right, you were talking about your opinion on Blokland's community.
Fuck Blokland's community. That's my.
Okay, well,
that's what it boils down to. Here's a bunch of shit that goes into it. Blokland's community is kind of like, okay, so Blokland's community has never been the most like dynamic thing. It's always been consistently like a bunch of 9 to maybe 20-year-olds, right? Usually petering more around like the 11 to 15 crowd.
Yep.
And usually what happens is that people join the Blokland community and never fucking leave because they found the perfect game with infinite replayability. And people join at like 13, right? And they're like, okay, let's just stick around. And I like all these Legos. I like all these guns. Why did people make a game about Legos and guns? I don't know. Who cares, right? And eventually, it reaches the point where they realize that they can make their own Legos and their own guns. And they join the Blokland community as content creators, as probably 16, 17-year-olds. And as of Steam, you're getting a bunch of, like, 12, 14-year-olds, but nobody's sticking around to make content anymore.
Well, because it's such a large audience now, you can't expect people to just cling on like that, because it was a much more special experience. Like, I remember when
more tight-knit, yeah.
Yes, it was. Like, when I first got the game, I think I was 9 years old. I got it, and I'm like, oh my god, this looks amazing. Like, I just got it from this obscure website. Sorry, bad spot. It is obscure. But
it is pretty obscure.
It's pretty fucking obscure. But I actually got here from Roblox. Yeah, I know.
Oh, huh. Hodo is actually 14.
Yes.
I just looked up his profile.
Thanks. No,
well, I maintain all the statements I made previously.
True. Yeah. I went on a tangent there. But, yeah, with the Steam users, I don't know any of them at all yet. Which is...
And nobody's really making an effort to, like, make any, like, there's nobody, like, introducing themselves or trying to make friends. It's all alts, really. And I don't mean introducing themselves on the forums. I mean fucking wandering around in Blokland like, hey, I like your server. I wanted to make you know that I thought it was special. Right? Like,
right. Like, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, nobody really makes an effort to make connections. Nobody.
Do you think any of the Steam characters even go to the forums? Do you think they even know about the forums?
I think like a whole 5% of them do, and a whole 5% out of like the what 100,000 people who join through Steam. And on one hand, the Steam community has totally made Blokland live even more than its ridiculous Renovant ass like lifespan, right? It's like, by all reason, Blokland should have died like 5 years ago.
True.
I was talking to Bad Spot about this. It's a fucking zombie. It won't die. Why won't it die?
Well, because we all have a special connection here. I know that sounds fucking cliche, but
yeah, that's fucking cliche.
Well, with me,
it's almost like worse than Volpine.
It is worse. But like with me here, I don't think
up to it.
Well, it'll be very hard for me to leave if I ever do, because this is where I met all of my internet friends, basically. So
yeah. See,
and I feel like if we put in a Steam Workshop, that'll definitely it'll make more content. More people. Right. Of course.
But the thing is, with the Blokland community, I say fuck you guys, but at the same time, there's the other end of that sword where fuck you guys are the greatest. Right?
True.
Like, even if you guys are all shitbirds, and even if you guys are all fucking like stubborn, ridiculous assholes, and some of you are actually like literally autists to the extent that I had this like huge conflict a few years back, like when autists first started coming up, like, shit, this is really fucking, this is not cool. Why do people keep fucking saying this? And then eventually you realize, no, wait, Blokland is actually literally autistic in some facets. Like, there are a lot of people who are just actually autistic on Blokland.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
Legos. It's the Legos.
yeah, it's like Lego would attract that crowd, right?
Yes.
But even with your weird, like, obscurities and fucking eccentricities, Blokland is the single most creative place I've ever been.
I
And
agree with
Blokland
you.
I agree.
Blokland's got a great community forum. Blokland's got a great pool of creative people who don't even necessarily play the game anymore, but are willing to be patrons to everybody else's creativity. And even if the OC thread is a shining beacon to why I am totally wrong.
Oh, don't even go in there. I've been ignoring it for years. I don't even want to touch that.
I've gone in there a few times just out of habit. I check every thread in a board. But
yeah. Like, it's still got an enormous pool of talented people, and like the game design thread, and the pixel art thread, and the drawing thread, and the fucking music thread. And is there a music thread? I made that one up.
I don't think there is. There should be one.
There should be one, yes.
The Gary's mod thread. Yeah, there's a music thread. There's the Gary's mod thread, and even the OC mega thread to some extent. Like everybody but everybody. No, I take it back. Everybody. Everybody in there. I don't know. But like, this pool of fucking people is gigantic and enormous, and it's sprawling, and it's well connected, and I am still pretty happy to show up every once in a while and just like pop into the game design thread and go like, "Hey guys, look, I made Armored Dove," and everybody's like, "Yeah, what the fuck? Bushido, get out of here! Nobody wants you anymore. Why aren't you making your tactical?"
When's the new shit coming out? Give us the new shit.
Fix the trench shotgun.
Oh god.
Well, that's actually one point.
That's legit, but simultaneously it doesn't make me stop laughing.
Right. Well, that's one point I wanted to make. Like, where's the new shit? I've seen a lot of like heated calcing. You guys know heated calcing.
Yeah.
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 He.
I don't think is that how you pronounce his name?
That's how I pronounce his name.
That's how I say it too. It sounds right.
Like
Heated calcing. It just rolls off the tongue for me. But my point about him, why I brought him up, he was always saying like, "Oh, where's the Blokland updates?" That was his main shtick. So, and that as
shut up about the updates?
What?
That he wouldn't shut up about the updates?
That was most of his posts. Like, he was always complaining about how BadSpot didn't do shit for them, which at the same time, I think he's done enough, and we can take this from here. Yeah, BadSpot. I mean, of course.
I would really appreciate if BadSpot let us have it, right? Like, just let us run with the Blokland community. But
of course,
the source code's not out, so we can't really do that, huh?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Blokland went fucking free and open source?
Oh shit.
Like, can you imagine the development? Like obviously BadSpot wouldn't make any money off it, but can you imagine where it would go from there?
Many
I don't
places.
see it going anywhere good though.
Electronic Arts. No, I'm kidding. No.
Get out of your hotel.
The 11 to 14-year-olds would literally take it and make it into the next Five Nights at Freddy's RP game.
Pretty much.
No. Why would they do that?
Because they're 11 and 12.
Why would 11, 12-year-olds have the facilities to convert an entire game into another game?
They would try. I wouldn't say they would be successful. I'd say that they would.
You totally said they would.
Well, actually, speaking of success, do you guys mind if we go to the next question? I think this is the last one.
Oh, okay, sure, whatever.
Okay, well,
you said this podcast would be 20 minutes.
It's gone a little bit long.
Well, I meant to say
but it'll just take a little bit longer to upload. That's fine with me. But
no, whatever. Go. What do you got?
Okay, so what? The last question: what was, in your opinion, the most successful server you've ever hosted?
God damn it! Okay, so shit. Fuck.
I'm so sorry.
You are actually asking me to pick between all of my children.
Yeah.
There's like 2 dozen. There's like 4 or 5 dozen of them. What do you want me to do? Just throw them into a pit and have them all fight to the death?
Yeah.
Big old server death.
About a bunch
Yes.
of them. I don't know.
Okay, here I'll talk about the ones that I like the most, and then I'll eventually see if I work out which one I ended up actually like. Which one is actually my top one? So. The servers that I liked hosting a lot: King of Ghosts,
Please host again.
Please.
Randomizer, to some extent, even though that wasn't actually my server. My various go-kart tracks. Have you guys ever been to Nightmare?
I don't think so.
No.
And like night, like a European night. Like, okay, that was a chivalry inspired server where everybody was running around with mountain blade weapons trying to chop everybody's dicks off. And
That sounds like fun, actually.
That sounds like really a lot of fun.
eventually I got bored with it, right? This was like, I don't know, 2012. I eventually got bored with it and I was like, okay, so I have this system where I can hide the entire player's upper body and change it into a big knight with a sword. What if I were to hide the entire upper body and turn it into a big dumb robot? And they just threw a big dumb robot in this fucking arena, and everybody's like, holy shit, Bushido, what is this? And I'm like, I made a Gundam. And, and then
incredible.
Spent, like, a week just having this server where it starts with this mundane ass, everybody has swords, everybody has shields, everybody has crossbows, everybody has horses, and they're all stabbing each other, and it's just this like happy little fun time, right? And then about halfway into the server, I would suddenly come back from lunch or whatever and just fucking drop a giant robot into this fucking Chinese death ring. And the server would go on for another 2 or 3 hours, and people are fucking screaming and freaking out all over the place, like, "Oh the hell! Oh!"
Well, that's one of my things about hosting. You can just experiment with your players.
You can just fucking do that.
Yes.
I think there's a picture of that actually floating around the forums right now.
Yeah, that's happening right now.
Is that actually the Gundam that you put in the server?
Yeah, it's not actually a Gundam.
I'll call it a Gundam for now. Yeah.
Everybody calls it a Gundam, so it's a
lack
Gundam
of a better word. Big robot. I don't know.
Big dumb robot.
It started blaring the fucking Persona 4 boss music whenever it spawned, and it would just stay playing the music for the entire fight. And actually, that was my attempt at boss battles, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Pecan's boss battles. Like, I like Pecan just fine. I like his hosting service just fine. I think that's a wonderful addition to the Blokland community. But his boss battles has been around for so long with so little changes that 2 years ago, I was already sick of it. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to make my own boss battle. So how do you like that, Pecan? Pecan was like, I don't know. Sure. So I go into my server and make a Gundam, throw the Gundam into a big, like, horrible, like, lava hell bath, and put a bunch of guys with guns from Tier Tactical in it. And the opening to the server would be a bunch of guys jump off of a clove, land into a big empty space, and they're like, hey, what the fuck? Bushido, did you just make an empty server? Why did you... We can't even shoot each other. Why did you give us these guns? And then a Gundam would fall in.
Oh, shit.
Incredible.
And then the Gundam would be dropping like shit like grenades and like gigantic ass Gundam grenades and have 2 swords and be fucking strafing on the ground like, I'm a Gundam!
I love it.
Bitches! And then that happened for a few weeks, and actually that wasn't even my favorite server. That didn't work out too well because the boss was too straightforward, and I couldn't find anybody else to like hop onto my idea of more classic style, like classic, like SNES inspired boss battles, because nobody fucking understood what I was trying to say. So maybe I'll throw that idea back into the suggestions and requests someday, next week.
Sure.
Boss battles, Nightmare. The various deathmatch servers that I've hosted over the years with Tier Tactical and Quake type. Shit. That one time where I hosted a rally server. That one time I hosted a Double Dash server.
And didn't you host like a detective? What was it?
You're talking about Super Murder Mystery.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I made that. Remember? And then Port leaked it. It's like, oh wait, Port, what are you doing? No, don't do that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I remember that. I got my hands on because I actually really wanted it. That's the reason why I built that ballroom way back in the day, because I wanted to use that with.
When did that happen?
I remember that ballroom. I may still have it.
I made a really opulent-looking ballroom, and I made it because I wanted to use it with the murder mystery thing, but I couldn't get a hold of anybody that had it, and eventually Port finally released it, or leaked it, and I'm like, yeah, hey, look, it's there!
You know what, in retrospect, I keep calling it a leak. It's not really a leak. It's more like Port released it and didn't tell me. And technically,
Port... a leak, I think.
No, Port did all the work, and Port did, like, everything. Oh, okay. Like, I just did the design. I just did all the art and, like, all the schematic. I did all the shit that, like, makes the game a game, and he made all the shit that makes the game playable, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And eventually, I would consider that the brunt of the work. So eventually he just released it, and I was like, wait, whoa, what? And it got around, and fucking simulated the Blokland serverless, and it turned out that was not my favorite idea. That was not the greatest thing that port had ever done.
Huh.
Well, it wasn't really used the best way either.
It was that's what I'm talking about. It simulated the serverless and wasn't complete, and I didn't want to complete it because that would just mean. Like, okay, so Super Murder Mystery as it is a fucking nonsensical whatever the fuck. Grab your own weapons, put them into this pack. Here's a system. Here's an archetype. Just go host your own server, right? But if I were to release the weapon pack that the original server started with, instead of all this kind of varied but not super varied mass of servers that are all the same Super Murder Mystery, it would be a mass of shit that is all exactly the same. Everybody would be hosting the same maps, everybody would be hosting the same weapons. There would be no difference between the servers besides administration and possibly server base or player base. That's the end of that thought.
That's what I love to see. Like when I released, you guys know Boulder Dash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I released that maybe around a year ago.
I never got to join that, did I?
Huh?
I never got to join that.
Oh, really? I'm sure some people are hosting it today because we released it last year in game mode section, and yeah, a few people actually hosted it, and they made some really good changes. Like they had a combat system, which is pretty fun.
Oh, so you were going to say something like the bullets are on fire. Well, bullets are actually large stars.
We did that once actually. We made one fire rockets at people, like homing rockets.
It was called the Sun, right? That was.
It was the Sun. It was the Sun.
Yeah, I think you guys have a very flawed understanding of of solar dynamics. But okay, continue.
Implied. But basically, yeah, I love what other people did with that, and I think that's an example. Follow my example, but it's something that other people should do. I think people should release their projects all the time. I think they should release their builds. I understand the whole thing of like, oh, give me credit, I did this myself. Yeah. But don't keep it from the community. That's what this game is all about, you know?
Well,
it's
here's my
sharing your ideas.
It's a modder who has a bunch of private shit. Some of our private shit is just not worth releasing.
Oh, I understand that, yeah, as well. But there, I don't know. When it's
like, okay, so let's go back to that Nightmare pack. That is not complete.
Okay.
And if I were to release it, people would realize how incomplete it is because the way I host it on my server is you can only use Nightmare Pack with the other Nightmare weapons. You can only use it with a specific player type. You can only use it with a specific map. If you didn't use it with this map or player type or item pack, it would fucking crash. Every single goddamn time. And I'm not a coder, so I don't know how to fix it. Okay.
Huh. Well, yeah, that's an interesting thought. I mean, I remember seeing Ephialtes a while ago. He posted it. Is that how you spell it? Or pronounce it, I should say, Ephialtes.
I don't know, Ephialtes. Fucking, he's Effie. He's Effie to everybody.
I always called him Ephialtes, but just the...
He's Epithets. That's his name.
Elliptats, according to RLCBM. But he posted something about well, private add-ons are fucking stupid. Release your shit, you know. And I kind of,
I'm pretty sure that was a gag. I'm pretty sure that was a joke.
Really?
Because he never released his pirate RPG.
Seriously?
Yeah, there was a big thing about Blokland, like Effie's making some fucking thing on his fucking private server. What's he making? And it's like, eventually he posted a picture of him on a big raft, and he was like, "I'm making a pirate RPG, bitches!" And I was like, "No, we want that." And then Hedical King made a thing. He was like, "I want that so much, I'm gonna make that." Then I'll have that. And he made this fucking ridiculous One Piece adventure TDM thing, and Effie's like, Effie, I think he never actually made that. I don't think that was ever legit. But I think that was a long time gag in the vein of adventure mode, where Effie would just have this fucking pirate thing. Well, why won't you let us play the thing, Effie? It's not finished. It's private. It's like a multitude of dicks.
I forgot to put one board down, and I'm not going to let you see it because that one board's not there.
There's one brick missing on this big island, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but you can't see it. Fuck you. How about that?
Perfect.
That's exactly how it works in the modding community.
All right. Well, thank you for giving a perspective on that. I never really...
That sounds like you're about to end the episode. I still haven't answered any of your questions.
Well, we've gone about an hour now. It's close to time, I should say.
My favorite server was King of Ghosts, probably.
King of Ghosts. Okay.
King of Ghosts.
You and me both. You and me both.
Good answer.
I take it back. My favorite server was Randomizer. No. Quick Type DM.
Damn it.
No.
We'll never get an answer. We'll never know.
He likes them all.
All right. Well, we'll end this episode with a cliffhanger then.
At one time, I hosted go-karts and had a Gundam on the track, and the Gundam was driving around in a go-kart, and it was awesome.
Incredible.
That one was my favorite.
All right. Well, hey, it's been a really fun interview. I love this. We're going to continue doing this with other people. This is great.
It's like 40 minutes long.
It's like 60 minutes, actually.
It's like
Fuck
80.
you, that's preposterous.
It isn't preposterous because that's what it says on my counter.
Oh boy.
I think your counter's wrong. I think your counter's lying through its teeth.
All right. Doesn't have fucking teeth. All right. So let's end on that note. And yeah, you're welcome back anytime, to be honest. With Mick Job, I told him that as well. And yeah, that was really good episode. And now you guys can hear the super awesome outro music. So, all right, well, fun guys, that was good. Hopefully,
So outro? I thought there would be like some kind of next time on Game Grumps kind of thing.
next time, no, I think Electric.
Next time on BROCKRAND.
Yes, of course. No, I think Electric. You guys know Electric.
Yeah, Electric.
Yeah, he might be co-hosting with me next episode, so we can look forward to that.
Which means I won't be around.
Oh, well, we'll have you on plenty of other episodes, Mr. Nobody.
I know.
Yes.
Get out of here, nobody.
Okay, bye.
Fuck. All right, you little shit.
That should have been the exit of the. That should have been the end of the fucking recording. Just.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Well. All right.
Slice it up, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that was good. All right. Signing off. 3, 2, 1. See ya.
Oh.